Hey, girls and boys, it is Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. Very excited to be with you today. So, what do we have going on today? Let's see, we're going to do our mystery number. I'm going to cover up some cubes, and you're going to try and figure out how many I'm hiding, which is super exciting. We're going to do a word problem and figure out that, which is always exciting. And we're going to play the star math game again. Except this time, instead of adding 2, we're going to subtract 2. So it's like a Friday bonanza of math excitement. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this party started and let's play mystery number. Okay, so there are some cubes under my hands, okay? I'm going to tell you that there are 4. There's 4 cubes. You're like, Mr. McAndrew, you weren't supposed to tell us. But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take out 2. 1, 2. Okay, now, how many cubes are underneath my hands? I had 4. I took away 2. Now, how many are there? Now, I'm not showing you the number line path today, am I? So I want you to think about it in your head. 4, take away 2. If I hop back 2, right, what am I going to be left with? Okay, show me what you think. Show me number of use your fingers to show me how many cubes are underneath my hand. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! It was 2. I had 4. I took away 2, and then I had 2 left. All right, let's do another one. All right, no peeking, boys and girls, no peeking. All right, I hope you didn't peek. So I've got some cubes under my hand. I'm not going to say how many. Actually, I am going to say how many. I have 6 cubes under my hands, okay? Now I'm going to take away 1. I'm going to take away 2. I took away 2 cubes. How many cubes are underneath my hands now? I started with 6. I took away 2. So how many are left? All right, show me fingers. If you think there's 1 cube under my hands, put a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just show me number of fingers. Yes, you. Show me fingers. Yep, everybody. Okay. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Reveal. 4. There are 4 left. I had 6. I took away 2. So what did I do? I had 6. I took away 2. We didn't know. Whoa. We didn't know how many there were underneath my hands, but then we figured it out. It was 4. Okay, we're going to do a couple more, but I'm going to change it up on you. All right, here we go. No peeking. No peeking. All right, girls and boys, here we go again. So it's going to be a little bit different this time. I'm not going to tell you how many cubes are underneath my hands. Okay, but I am going to take away 2. 1, 2. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you, now that I've taken away 2, I'm going to tell you that there are 5 cubes under my hands right now. So what's the question? The question is, how many cubes were there when I started? So when I started like this, before I took away any cubes, how many cubes are underneath my hands right now? Okay, so if I take away 2, 1, no peeking, 2, now I have 5. Okay, so the question is not how many cubes I have underneath my hands right now, but before I took away 2. So show me number of fingers. How many cubes do you think were underneath my hands now? What do you think? Show me fingers. I'll give you a hint. Is it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10? Well, let's check it out. Boom, 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 boom. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because, look, I was covering 7. I took away 2, which means I should have 5 left. 7 take away 2 is 5. Okay, if you were to write this as a number sentence, it would be something minus 2 equals 5. Right? Now, did anyone think of it as addition? So, for example, I had it like this, right? And I took out 2. right? And I said, okay, now I'm covering 5. So you could think of it as 5 that I'm covering, these 5, plus this 2 is going to give you the original number, which is 7. Whoa. I hope you're holding on to your head so your brain doesn't explode. We can think of subtraction, we can solve subtraction using addition. I'm just saying, it can happen. All right, how are we doing? Let's move on to our word problem, okay? Friday, Friday, talking about Friday. That's the only words I know to that song because it's a fun song. It's not a high quality song, but it's a fun song. Okay. All right, so you need your Friday word problem. It says Friday word problem at the top. Shocking, I know. Okay, so let's read it together. If you don't have it out yet, pause the video now. That includes all of you, not just you, but you too. Okay? So you pause the video, get it out, be ready. Get your math tools, get your pencil. Here we go. We need our math tools ready to rock and roll. Okay. You can tell it's the morning. I got more energy. All right, here we go. Nicole, do you have everything you need? I'll wait till you get it. Pause the video. Come on back. Come back when you're ready. Okay. It says Nicole has a hole in her pocket. Oh, poor Nicole. She put 10 pieces of candy. Uh-oh, this does not sound good. In her pocket. Oh, what do you think's going to happen to the candy if you put candy in a pocket with a hole in it? This is not good, boys and girls. Later, she only had 8 pieces of candy. This is kind of like what we were just doing, right? Interesting. In her pocket. So, okay. So she had 10, now she only has 8. How many pieces of candy did she lose? I don't know. Well, that's what I'm asking you. Okay, so I'm going to read it one more time, then I want you to either use some math tools. It could be cubes. It could be your Reckon Rec. It could be your counters, red and yellow counters. It could be your pencil for drawing, okay, to solve this problem. And you need to draw or show something. And then write your number sentence. Okay, so it says, once again, Nicole has a hole in her pocket. So you want to visualize a pocket, there's a little hole. She put 10 pieces of candy in her pocket. Later, she only had 8 pieces of candy in her pocket. How many pieces of candy did she lose? Okay, so give it a shot. Okay, spend a few minutes on this. This is the time when it's most important, boys and girls, to pause the video and do the work. If you don't do that, your brain is not going to grow as much as it should or could. Because if your brain's just watching me do something, it's going to learn something, but not nearly as much if you try it yourself. And boys and girls, that includes if it's like kind of difficult or you're not really sure. You might have to read the problem again. You might have to try some cubes or a drawing, be like, that didn't really work. Let me try something else. When you're doing all of that, even though it can be kind of like irritating and frustrating, believe you me, research shows your brain is really growing because it's working to put together. It's like your brain is made up these little like cells and like electrical circuits, and the electrical circuits are trying to connect. And when you do that work, even though it's frustrating sometimes, you're like, I hate word problem. Blah, Mr. McAndrew, I don't like you either because you're making me do a word problem. Blah. Okay, fair. Fair. If you're going to not like somebody, let it be me. Okay? But what I'm telling you is, when you're sort of in that place, but you're like trying to figure it out, and you're trying different things, even if you might make a mistake, your brain is growing. Okay, now if you get to the point where you're like, I've tried, Mr. McAndrew. I read the problem 3 times, and I've tried my cubes, and I've tried my counters, and I've tried everything, and I can't figure it out. Okay, well, like, deep breath. Don't get too upset. Don't start yelling at your parents. Okay, we're going to come back. We're going to look at it together. Okay, so maybe you need some help. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, all to say, pause the video, try the problem, and I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, bye-bye. All right, so how do we do? How do we do? Do we do, like if 1 was like, Mr. McAndrew, that was like torturous, I cried. Okay, and 5 was like, that was awesome, I loved it, it was easy peasy, and I loved it, it was awesome. Okay, like where are you at? Are you at a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? All right, well, let's take a look, okay? So there's different ways we could have done this. I could have used my cubes, I could have put down, let me get my head out of the way. And Mr. McAndrew, move your head out of the way, Mr. McAndrew. So I could have put down 10 cubes, like in like a 10 frame, right? In fact, boys and girls, you have 10 frames with you. You could even use one of your 10 frames, right? Okay, so she put 10 pieces of candy in her pocket. Later, she only had 8 pieces. So if I show 8, how many pieces did I have to take away? I had to take away 1, 2. Now I have 8. So the answer must be she must have lost 2 pieces, right? That makes sense. That's one way to do it. Okay, another nice way of doing it is using your counters. So I'll show you what I like to do with these. I show 10 in one color, so I'll do yellow this time. Okay, usually I do red, but I'll do yellow. And I'm gonna put them in like in a 10 frame configuration. So 5 on top, 5 on the bottom. And so I know that she had 10 pieces, right? I know she had 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I know at the end she only had 8. So I'm going to flip over however many I need to flip over to get to 8. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many did she lose? Well, you can see in red she must have lost 2. Okay, she lost 2. All right, now if you decided to draw it, right, you might have said, okay, well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 pieces of candy. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, so then when she was done, later she only found 8. Okay, so maybe I'm going to circle 8 of them. That's 8. So therefore she must have lost those 2, right? So here's 8 that she still had, and then she lost these 2, or you could have crossed them off. Okay, so boys and girls, you have strategies that you can use. So what I'm saying is, it's not okay anymore to just say, Mr. McAndrew, Mom, Dad, I don't get it. Okay, so, but did you read the problem again? Did you take out your materials? Did you draw a picture? Well, if you haven't done those things, then you're not really trying yet. Okay? All right. I know, I'm being tough on you today, right? It's Friday. Like, Mr. McAndrew, what are you doing? It's Friday. Don't be so tough on us. That's okay. I'm here to push you, okay? All right, so let's end with a game. All right? I'm going to put it in the next video. It's going to be the same game that you have played before, except that this time you're going to subtract 2, okay? So I'll see you in the next video to just show you real quick how that works, and that'll be today. All right? Bye-bye, boys and girls. I'll see you in a minute.